Good morning and welcome to the Travel Troll and Travel Trollette. Right, I've brought you somewhere very special now.
Where's that then?
Very special. It's St Benets Abbey. And you know why it's so special?
No.
Neither do I yet.
Oh.
But I've read in my notes, it says it's one of the most intriguing and historically important monastery sites in the whole of England. Ooh, and we're actually stood right in the middle of one bit of it. Now the funny thing is, this is clearly one bit of it. It's like a big, there was like a building here. You can see this lovely big archway here. Someone's built a windmill inside, or pretty much next to it. But the main site, we believe, is over there. That's where the proper monastery was. I'm reckoning this was like the entrance to it. But oh, this is fantastic. I'll have to get some pictures of this. In fact, Travel Trollette will take some still pictures. We've decided on, whilst we're here, thank you for holding my notes, I'm going to be getting Mazzy to do my Instagram pictures. Just take some of the weight off my shoulders. Mazzy can do the still pictures, put them on Instagram. I'll teach her how it's done, and then I can concentrate on the videos. What did you just say?
I forgot my phone.
You forgot your phone?
To take my pictures.
Oh, man. Need a different assistant.
No.
I'll do it all myself then. All I can hear is, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Mazzy's gone inside the windmill, which is probably 1800s and not that important. It is pretty special. I've never been in.
Turn around.
Turn around. Oh, look at this. Wow. So they've literally just built it in. I think it's a shame, really. It's destroying the abbey.
Yeah.
Although it's preserving it now, I suppose, from the elements, but I suppose when they built this windmill, probably in the 1800s, they didn't really realise what they had. Wow, this is beautiful.
You can just figure out like a guy up there, look.
Can figure out what?
You see like a guy up there, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a man there. Can I zoom in? Can't really make out what he's doing. It looks like he's got a spear or something.
Yeah.
It's not an angel, is it?
No.
It's not a cupid. And then you've got one up there. That looks like a lion or a horse. Definitely a lion. Yeah, there's a lion up there. This is beautiful. I'd love to have seen it once upon a time. It's lovely. So yeah, apparently this was the gatehouse, the opening to the abbey. The abbey was all this area, with the main big church being over there, where we're going to go next. And in the 1800s, as I guessed, I was right, they built a windmill here. Now, there's something very important about this abbey. Firstly, it was one of the tallest abbeys in England. Secondly, I've told you many times about King Henry VIII, knocking down all the churches and monasteries, etc. during the Reformation in the 1600s. 1600s? I can't remember my history today. This one is spared. This is one of the only places it didn't say had to be knocked down. Very unusual. We'll find out why later. I already know. You'll find out later. So let's put a date on it, Mazzy, whilst we're walking up to the church.
Right.
How old do you reckon it is?
1644.
1644?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
If it was 16... Well, no, it's not. It was built in the year 1025
Oh, wow.
by King Canute.
Right.
King Canute, who I've mentioned on my last trip. That's the first time I've had to mention him on this trip. King Canute built it, and it was the first Benedictine abbey built in Norfolk. And all that time ago, that 1,000 years ago, where we're standing now, like we have got the Norfolk Broads here, we've got boats coming along. It's beautiful. It's idyllic, it's a really sunny day. Just have to keep playing with the light there. And it's ideal, it's just beautiful with like a canal going down here. the gatehouse over here. But it was all surrounded, it was on an island.
Was it?
It was on an island. All this was in the middle, and then it just went all the way around, did water. Because a lot of Norfolk around then was underwater. So you seemed quite impressed that it's from the year 1025, Mazzy.
Yeah.
That's not actually how old it is, it's a lot older than that.
Oh, is it?
It's a lot older than that.
Right.
There was a church built here, or something built here in the year 800 by someone called Sonnyman. That was his name, he was a hermit. Now, other people heard of Sonnyman living his life of contemplation up here on his own, and they liked what he was doing, and they thought, oh, I'd like to do that, so they came and joined him. So there was about 8 hermits who were living here, but not for long, unfortunately. Now, firstly, I want to say, that ain't a hermit to me. A hermit lives on his own. A hermit is a singular. If there's 7 or 8 people, they're not hermits, are they? It's a gang. It's a gang. A gang of guys living a life of contemplation. Anyway, they're only here for 50 years, and then what do you think happened? We're getting up to like the year 900 now. Who came along? The Vikings.
Oh, wow.
The Vikings came along and they took over the whole area. They all ran away. They weren't hermits anymore. Oh no, they were fast, but they weren't hermits. But then in the year 950-ish, someone called Wulfric came along, and he wasn't scared of anybody. He came and he started rebuilding it. He did a really good job, and a few other people started to join him, and there were a bit of a community growing. King Canute, he came along and he heard about what they were doing, and he was so impressed at what they've been doing in this area. He says, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a manor, I'm going to give you a manor, and I'm going to give you a manor. Gave them manors, helped build all this into a massive, as I say, one of the tallest, one of the biggest abbeys in England. And that's the history for you. That's the basic start-up of the abbey.
Right.
I've got lots more to tell you.
Oh, okay, let's do this then.
So how long do you think the abbey took to build?
400 years.
Ooh, good guess.
Ooh.
220-ish.
Oh, okay.
220 years to finish what they were doing here. Now, this is how important they were around here.
Right.
And you're going to like this. Where are you from? Where do you live?
Suffolk.
Where?
Bury St Edmunds.
Bury St Edmunds. Is there an abbey there?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Do you know the abbey there?
Yeah.
Do you know who built it?
St Edmund? No, I don't know.
The people from here.
Oh, really?
They sent 13 people from this abbey to Bury St Edmunds to help them build an abbey there.
Oh.
And then a bit later on, a century on or something, your abbey in Bury got attacked. And they came running up here, back to St Benets Abbey, because this was like, you're safe up here. It's them rough people down in Suffolk. You're much safer up here in Norfolk. On the Norfolk Broads, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. One of the most important things what's ever happened here was in 1381. It was the Peasants' Revolt. And they thought that the big bishop of the area, they thought he was here. So all the peasants came, started rioting, trying to kill everybody. Where's the bishop? Where's the bishop? Give us the bishop. Couldn't find the bishop. He wasn't here. He wasn't here. So instead, they just ransacked the place. They got rid of all the. I can't talk today. They gathered up all the legal documents and things and set fire to them all right outside the gatehouse where we first came in.
Mm-hmm.
But then the peasants got their heads kicked in. They all got caught. They all died or went to prison, and all the manuscripts were rewritten.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Riots, right where we're stood.
Yeah.
Sir John Fastolf. I've never heard of him. You might have heard of the name Fastolf. I'm sure you haven't heard the name Fastolf.
No.
Fastolf was... William Shakespeare wrote about him.
Right.
Okay, I don't know if he's got a work just called called that. I'm not sure, but William Shakespeare and Fastolf, there's a big connection there. Now, this Fastolf guy, he was one of the patrons here. He used to give them money to help keep it going.
Right.
And when he died in 1459, he was buried here, right here somewhere, but we're not sure where. Well, I'm not sure where, and if I don't know, nobody knows. So in 1536 and 1539, when King Henry VIII split from the Catholic Church in Rome and decided he was just going to raid all the churches and destroy them all and all the properties, right? This is the only abbey which he let be. He didn't destroy this one. And there's a reason for that. The bishop at Norwich, not far away, the bishop at Norwich had just died. And King Henry VIII wanted the abbot of this abbey to become the new bishop at Norwich. So he says, right, I'll leave this abbey alone, right? You can have your abbey. You become the bishop at Norwich. But what you've got to do is use the money you're making here, because they used to make a lot of money. Take the money from here, keep it running, take the money to Norwich and spend it there, and that's how you can keep going in Norwich. Keep them both going. I'm happy with that. So this St Benets abbot, he did as he was told. He did exactly that, but he only did it for 5 years. He couldn't do it anymore. He gave up all his church work. He was getting old, getting very old. He just gave it all up. And then in, what year was that? 1579, they just abandoned this place. Got abandoned and all ripped down, and they used the stone elsewhere. We've got a legend.
Right.
We've got a legend. Right. William the Conqueror. You've heard the name, surely.
Yeah.
William the Conqueror, right? Apparently, he came to this abbot in 1066. He came to this abbey, and he tried to get in, and they wouldn't let him in. And there's a guy on the gatehouse door, and he's looking down and says, "You're not coming in. I don't know who you are. You're not allowed in. I know you look like a king, and you look all big and hard, and you've got soldiers and millions of men. You're not coming in." William the Conqueror looks up at him, stood on top of the gatehouse down there, and he says, "I'll tell you what, son. If you let me in, I'll make you an abbot. I'll make you the next abbot of this abbey." Now, this lad's really excited, so he looks down and says, "You're not joking, are you?" And he looks up and says, "No, I'm not joking." He says, "Oh, go on then. He's really excited, is this lad?" So he opens the gates, he lets in William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror comes in, kills everybody off, gets this abbot, this guy, and he says, "Right, I'm a man of my word. I'll give you what I said I'm going to give you." So he has him all dressed up in all abbot regalia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's looking like an abbot. And then they hang him. So he did become the abbot, but literally just for a few seconds, and then they hung him. Did they hang him? Was it a hanging? Yeah, hung him from the gate.
Oh my gosh.
Hung from that gate. Now, there's a story that he still hangs around here as a ghost. So if you ever come and you see a monk walking around screaming, apparently, you know who it is. It's that guy from 1066 who got tricked. He got tricked. I go, yeah, true story.
That's interesting.
I came here thinking it were going to be dull stories, but it's actually quite interesting stuff. Just keeping my eyes peeled for a monk. Apparently the monk was hung from here. Can anyone see a monk in that picture? If there's anybody here who looks like a monk with a bald head, who'd like to speak to us, who's got anything to say, please touch Mazzy. Oh, you're getting good at this, I don't know if you can see down there, but there's a sailing boat going down there. Now, there is a story of another ghost, apparently, and it is of a brother, you know, like an abbot, a monk going down the road, sailing along, going down the canal, sailing along with a little dog. Could have been him. We'll never know. Couldn't see inside to see if he had a dog, could we?
No.
Too far away. It's still going, look. It's just down there. So here you have a pretty cool cross. It must be, I would guess, at 20 foot tall. A big cross there. Now that's made of an oak tree, and it comes from Sandringham House, the Queen's house. And the Queen presented this here in 1987. This is the site where the eye halter was in the abbey. She came here on the 2nd of August and placed this here as a memory of the abbey. How do I know all this stuff? You're amazed, honestly, at your head.
I know.
Bang, bang, bang. She can't take it in. I just know too much. I don't know if I can complete this trip without this exploding. So very little to see in the actual church part. It's mainly the gatehouse. That's the best preserved piece here. In the church part here, it's literally just a few little walls and the 1987 cross given by the Queen. But I'm fascinated. I'm really pleased with this place. What do you think of it? Your overall thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's got so much history here, isn't it?
Excellent history, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent history. And one of the tallest abbeys in England.
Yeah.
The only abbey to not be destroyed by Henry VIII. And you've got monks dying and Shakespeare stories. You've got everything. William the Conqueror, the lot. So, how many marks out of 10 are you going to give it, Mazzy?
7.
7.
Yeah. You're the professional.
I am the professional, yeah. I'm struggling with 7.
Only for the history of it, really.
Yeah, all right. I'll go 7. I'll agree. We'll give it a 7 because there's not enough here to warrant any more. I would give it more. I was going to give it an 8. It's free. That's the good thing. You can come whenever you like. But yeah, once you're up here, you're right next to it. It's free. You can just walk around. It's a farmer's field. Get yourself here. And, well, I won't even bother coming, to be honest. It's worth it just for that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Come here, come and see the gatehouse. I wouldn't bother coming to walk right up here to the church unless you want to see the cross.
And destroy your shoes.
And destroy your shoes and walk in so much cow muck, it's untrue. You know, white trainers. Bad idea today. So there you go, on the travel trawl. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at the next one, won't we? Maybe we.
We might.
Whoa! Ah! See you later. Goodbye. Many thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe, leave a comment and share the video. And be sure to check out my other channel, Deep Digger Dan, and my website, thetraveltrawl.uk. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram. But most importantly, please do donate to the charity which we're supporting in this county. All links to everything I've just mentioned are all in the description below. Please come back tomorrow as we continue our adventure to try and make the biggest video library of the sites of the UK. Goodbye!